that's different.
Is it?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how about the neighborhood you guys lived in? How, I mean, is it the same?
That
But
No,
you know what I
it's
can't get
treasure
over? You know what I can't
Memories
understand
there.
is you cross one
Grandpa
street
was done with the garden.
and it's a
We
different.
pick off.
Because of
Streetcar
the
you take it
assortment
home.
that they've got living
Jack's
there.
buddy.
You know, when you go
we had to
towards
take a
Harlem
bus
and west of
down
Harlem,
Central.
it's still,
You had to take a set down,
even
a
along Oak
bus
Park
Central to
Avenue,
get
there's
home.
still some
So
really
Jack
big,
would go
beautiful,
with
those
him
old
and he'd
mansion
pay his
homes that were
fare
in Oak
for
Park.
him and his little brother.
But they have a
And
lot
he
of
says,
trouble
"Oh,
down where
two, I
they're
want
talking
transfer."
about.
Oh,
you
my
know,
brother
and
saw.
so
Wait a
the
minute.
village
Jack be holding his brother out
passed an
there.
ordinance
Jack
that
get
they
the
would buy
transfers.
up these
He'd get
empty
on the
properties and try to
Grand Am,
renovate
take
them,
it down
you know,
the
to bring it
transfer.
up better.
Like he was
I
coming
never
down
heard that
Central.
one,
Yeah,
yeah.
he'd always do this.
Broke.
Well, I gotta wait for him, then I gotta transfer. I can take the bus over the streetcar.
We used to go to show to Montclair.
Montclair,
It
yeah.
was at 4 cents up, 4 cents back.
Oh,
12 cents
12
to get in
cents
the
to-
show.
yep.
And we had a nickel for the box of good and plenty.
Yeah.
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 and now it costs you $20 to go to the
Yeah,
show.
we were set up.
Good old days.
And they
Yeah,
were.
see.
Well, I don't remember a nickel.
And he had these big, wide rubber bands. Give us the rubber bands, and we take the ragweed and we pull it out, and, you know, growing out in the prairies. We dry it out, get the spears, and then the big roots on the end, you knock them off, and there'd be that one long tap root over there.
Right.
We'd get them, we'd wrap that rubber band around it, we'd have a whole quiver full of them. We'd turn it
Yeah,
out,
somebody
like,
who killed someone.
they'd be lobbing them across the
I'm
prairie.
telling you, honestly.
You guys
The
were
good Lord-
absolutely
The
lucky.
good Lord raises our prayers.
I'll tell you, because you guys could have killed one another.
Tell you,
Yeah, with the BB guns, you could have gotten it in the
Oh,
eye.
that thing, I was sore, I couldn't talk, black and blue, from my nose down.
But you know, then too, when you got hurt, your parents said, "You'll be all right."
Yeah, and that is it.
I came in, I fell off my bike, I tore this whole thing open. You know, put a band. Next day, my arm was bad.
Yeah,
They never took you to the
When I
doctor.
ripped my finger
I mean,
open,
you have to-
I was trying to scale a football fence at a football game, and I climbed up to the top, and it was a Page cyclone fence, and I caught my finger, and the cop came and said, "Get out of here!" And I slid down and ripped my finger open. And I went home and I told my dad, and he says, "Go soak it in boric acid." Boric acid. Is that what?
Peroxide.
No, boric. He said, "Go soak it," and I said, "Just don't worry about it. Just don't worry about it." And I said, "It's really bad, Dad." Yeah, just wait. I'll take care of you. And then he looked at it and he says, "Oh my God!" And he hauled me upstairs, and that's my. But he just forget about it.
I know, they never.
How about when Mug got hit with the sled? He pushed me out of the way,
Yeah.
coming down the big hill.
Yeah,
A couple little kids come flying down.
The big hill at Reese Park.
yeah.
You ever look at that big hill now?
There is no big
It
hill.
looks like a little
Little lump.
hill.
A
Yeah.
little lump.
We had
Remember
the ski jump
jump.
there.
Yeah, that was
But
just.
that was that wasn't used when we
No,
were
it
there.
was
but-
the end of, we start going there and they just discontinued because kids were going up there. But I saw, we thought that,
You know what we used to do? We used to get a kite and go up there, to the peak, and it was going up like this.
Yeah.
And we had it would be a west wind,
yeah,
east wind going west.
uh,
We'd fly.
there, and you get on top of that hill with them ice skates down, right down with the ice skates. You're nuts. I said. But it was, now we see it just a little mound.
Yeah, yeah.
And then was it Wednesday they had the movies at Reese Park?
Did
You
they?
got movies?
Oh, yeah. I thought you
Yeah,
meant
but
now.
We had a couple plum trees. Used to
And
go there in
allergies.
the morning. Yeah, the allergies all day long, and plums. And my dad saying, "Where were you?" I was at the room, Dad.
You guys eat? Well, yeah, we had
Yeah,
allergies.
he said,
We had,
Video
"Come
player
home,
on that list.
eat, and then
Got
go
a video
back."
player on
I
that
said, "You
list.
can't go. I know where you're at. You know, you're behaving, you're fishing." We go there, we
Next
cut
year
a,
we'll put
a,
up.
a sapling about that big, take
down in the hole, and it was just the water would run underneath there, and it was like cracks. You could look underneath there
At the lagoon?
by the
Yeah,
lagoon,
yeah.
between them two
Yeah.
little ponds.
Right.
We'd be in that hole all day long, waiting for that bluegill to bite. He'd be down there, you'd be teasing him all day long. He wouldn't bite.
We had the concrete mark. And
Yeah.
And then you'd sell the bluegills.
Yeah. Well, I didn't say we.
They ate them.
But usually, if we got any fish, especially a bullhead, that was big time. Then we'd fry them up.
You like that?
He had two young ones at one time, and we would tease them. And then Tony and I would remember we'd run
Run up
well,
on the doghouse.
doghouse, and we'd jump on this flat roof, and we'd run, and we'd tease them, and they'd run. And all of a sudden, boom! Them goats were right out there on the roof with us. What the hell we do now? We jumped off the roof. They went right on the roof after us. So they got 2 goats on top of the roof now.
We used to milk the goats and from squirting and squirting, and then it began to foam.
Yeah.
And he'd come out of the barn, or you or Jack or me, we'd stop, wait, grab, wait. We got face right in.
I,
Good. That's why they survived.
Yeah.
yeah.
That didn't a lot of the sick where they got their come and get by the goat's milk. It was very rich or something very yeah.
Well,
Were you skinny?
No.
No, I was a
Were you skinny?
No.
You were.
Yeah. But I was not
You didn't
earlier
drink
than that.
goat milk though.
Jack was the runt to the crowd.
Yeah.
Did you eat
But Jack
sparrows?
was always the runt. He was
Yeah.
Yeah, delicious.
That's why he's so active now.
Oh, I see.
I'm always flitting around.
Fish and sparrows.
So what did you do with the chickens? Did she call
That's
Skippy and I were.
I was paid $1.05
Yeah, to get,
To buy a car?
yeah.
No, Skippy and I were driving on our bikes, and once we got by Shima's, that's when the dogs would come out. Skippy's going up, and we were driving. Skippy said, "I'm not getting on that side. You get on that side." He went on the other side, and it was some other girl coming the other way on the bike, and they smacked in the dark.
I
Oh!
remember that.
Do you remember that?
He thought he was gonna give me the side where the dogs are on, and the girl had the same idea. She was gonna be on the other side of the road, and they both smacked.
I remember
With bikes.
trying to pull the tires and straighten out the tires.
Yeah.
And go, boom, 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 boom.
Oh, it's so much fun at a farm. Then we had our favorite tree, and then they cut it down.
Yeah.
We'd always go up to big, huge oak tree. I think it was big. We'd always climb up there and.
We didn't cut it down.
No, somebody else.
next-
Had
oh,
to do
okay.
that, yeah, when I went back there.
Jerry was talking about that what we called it the Mexican house. Didn't we call it Mexican? Because I think there were migrant workers in the area. I think that's what we got. And we stripped the roofing from some of Grandpa's other buildings to make the roofing for that. Do you remember that? When Grandpa came, he's like, oh my God, what
Well,
they
we took
do
a lot
to
of his
the
good
tar
lumber.
paper and
Yeah.
A lot of good lumber too. That's
one roof and put it on. Did you roof the Mexican's house? Was our like play shed, but
yeah.
I think they called
That
it
we
the
call
Mexican.
house, yeah.
I think that's what we called it. So you had a place when it rained and snowed and sleeted.
No, I wouldn't
Well,
trade
you wouldn't
them.
stay too dry.
And you wouldn't be there when
You'd be out of the wind a little bit.
Because I remember going over there in the winter and sleeping in your snowsuits, your pants and galoshes and everything because we didn't have any heat there. Remember that?
Yeah.
Mom would go down, she'd iron the sheets to keep them warm, and then she'd run them upstairs. We'd jump in bed, we still had all our clothes on. And I remember when we were in the one room,
The door.
we had to go all the way
That
outside
was,
to
that
the
wasn't
outhouse.
at the farm though.
At the farmhouse,
Yeah.
when we go up at the farmhouse, we all had to go to the toilet. Window went up right through the screen. By the end of the summer, the screen all rusted out.
Oh
They had a
no.
toilet in the house, though. Do you remember that?
Yeah, but
But
we
it
had
was
to
never
pump it or
used.
something,
You
yeah.
had to pump it, and so they said no, just use the outhouse. But I mean, it had a tub, it had a stool, it had
Yeah,
a basin.
and then they had like
but
a
we
pump
never used the-
downstairs, and our sink we had a pump. It was so funny. At the end of the summer, that screen was all rusted out.
You'd have been peed through all the
Yeah. Was at night we weren't gonna go outside. It was so dark.
Yeah.
And the old hoot owl. Remember the old train just come through? Here comes the hoot owl. Woo, woo, would come through the town. Hoot owl used to go.
We did
You guys
that.
stayed up there for a year.
That now.
for the summer,
once in
just
summer.
for the summer.
But I mean, they bought it for a year.
Yeah,
No, Grandpa had it for more than a year.
yeah.
Yeah.
So then we just stayed the whole summer, and it was the best summer we
Oh,
had.
it was. I got more essays for class out of that summer.
What you did in the summer.
Yeah.
That's when we first started finding arrowheads. It was over there. We started walking down the field.
Look at that sand field.
In the cockleburs. Remember the sandburs? We'd walk out there with bare feet. Where's our shoes? Where's our shoes? And then sandburs would be pulling them out.
Do you remember then sunbathers? And I think Skippy and you and Jack, I don't know if you were in on that, used to get your binoculars and watch the sunbathers out in the sand there. I don't know who belonged, who they belonged to. I mean, who they were, young gals. I don't know whose family they came from.
I don't know.
Not my butchie. He
Yeah,
was
I would you know.
I remember my mugger would take me. He would take me when, you know how the entrance would go up to the dentist's office
Yeah.
at front by our store, our grocery store. It was our grocery store, and like the main lobby going up to the apartments and to the dentist office. There's another store there. Mug said, come on, Butch, we'll sit over here. We'd sit. There's like little, real wide opening, and he said, well, you sit here, and I'll sit over here. And well, what do you do, Mug? He said, I got a mirror. When some girls go by, we put the mirror like this. 1-4, Mug. And then we got the little girl down the block. I forget what her name was. And he said, okay, Butch, you wait in the weeds. And when she comes by, we'll run and pull her pants up. What do you want to do that for? But he had such an uninteresting thing to do.
Remember the little hot dog stand in front of the house right next to
Yes,
remember
yes.
that.
We started out and then they
We
wouldn't
put
give
the
us.
collar on it, we put the leash, we'd hide there.
Yeah.
On Halloween, when people walk by, we take that jam. It's big at night, we throw it over there with hit that cyclone fence. Then poor old lady, I don't know how they did it later. Die. Oh, man.
Then Mugger took advantage of Jack's burned leg.
Yeah, when
Was it
Jack
Burn
was in the wheel in the little buggy,
Yeah.
legs, took him over to Paragon and there
Seen it
with the
there.
cup, with the tin cup.
Poor boy.
Killed them with
What
the
happened to him?
Well, when he was a little kid,
Yeah, it's funny that they weren't in on that one. It was just Frankie Koschel and you
yeah,
and Jack. Yeah.
Kazels and Frank Kazel
Kazel, yeah.
and my brother and I, we were gonna go camping. So we had a sterno kit, and we didn't have no sterno for it. So we're going. He said, "Hey, there's some stuff that might burn." Was in an alley near his
In a
house.
jug.
So, and I said, "Jack, don't." No. So Kazel put some on a piece of paper. I said, "Jack, you better not do that." He lit it, and he ran to the other side of the alley. And he said, "Oh, it burns." So then he took the rest of the jug, went like this, and it come like a torch, flamethrower, right across that Jack,
Flamethrower.
right across his legs. And then I took my jacket out and I wrapped his legs. You know, he was on fire.
Yeah.
And then Jack was hollering, screaming. I took my jacket off because I thought I was hurting him. The guy come in with a rug,
He
wrapped
heard
him
it
up.
like an explosion. He heard
Yeah.
it and came down and
And then they burned his legs, and
I'll
the
never
doctors
forget
were
that
going to
day.
take him off. It was burned
Remember
from
when
here
your
down
mom
to here.
Oh, you're kidding.
The doctor
I can
says, the
remember
Jewish
everything.
doctor, he says,
yeah, she was
I
like
brought
crazy.
this kid in this world with 2 legs. He's going out with 2 legs.
My God, so he was scarred then.
Oh,
Oh, yeah.
until he was an adult, he finally had
Skin grafts.
skin grafts, but he was like 9 or 10.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
He was always in.
She used to, when the doctor used to change the
Is
bandages,
Jack the youngest?
he'd
Yeah.
make your mom walk down the block.
Yeah.
That's how hard Jack was.
Well, no, he's young. I'm the youngest.
No, but I mean, their
Their
family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack would scream. They didn't have anything, any
Well, they do
Novocaine
the
or
grass
nothing.
and it
Then.
wouldn't
And then
take
his legs curled up, so then they had to rip him back out to make straighten out his legs. And
Oh, poor kid.
And then we used
Boy,
to carry him out. We had them lead soldiers.
yeah.
I'd carry him out of the house.
Yeah.
We'd lay him in the dirty sand. And he'd be on his stomach because the back of the legs were burnt. And we'd play. He'd get all dirty and she'd come in, pop me on the head, pick him up and put him in, and wash him all out. I keep telling you, don't play in the dirt.
I
But
can-
Emma,
I can remember Mugger coming over to entertain him, and when we lived on Monitor, and Jack was on the back porch, and he was on our garage roof roller skating, and it was like this, and then he'd go wing, fly off. Then he'd crawl up again, and he'd start skating some more.
I remember when Ruthie was there, and this girl, she's highfalutin.
I don't even think I'd go there, Butch.
Me and Bug are going over there. I went to the store. I got some Hershey's chocolate syrup. You know, we're making milk,
Ruthie lived in the apartment
chocolate
building.
milk, and she lived in the same apartment. We're having chocolate milk, and Ruthie says, "I would like some of that." Mugger says, "Oh, you would? Okay, Butch, let's go make her some." And we went over there and we're oh, chocolate milk over there. Would you want some of this, Ruthie? Yeah, here. Oh, boy, this is good. What do you mean it's good? We beat it, he says.
Oh no!
All of a sudden, all the families are fighting over the fence. Me and Mug, we run by Rubenstein. Tony says, "You guys better not come home because you're gonna get killed." The whole families are fighting over there. Me and Mug were sitting in the prairie. I ain't going home.